Hello everybody and welcome to the section of the course where we are going to discuss apps. So the different apps that you can install on your store to make life easier and to get more sales. And this is one of the great things about Shopify, the extensive suite of apps that you can integrate with your store, and this can make a world of difference to everything you do. And as you can see here, Shopify has over 1,000 apps. They're not all free, but a lot of them are free, and the ones that we are going to be looking at here today, they're either free or they have a free version. So on your Shopify dashboard, just click on apps and then click the blue button to visit the App Store. Now the first app we're going to look at is a currency converter. Now remember we discussed the problem of selling in another country, and when the customer looks at the prices or gets to checkout, they're going to see those prices in your currency and not in their currency. And that is most definitely a problem, and most definitely it would affect sales. It could affect sales quite dramatically if, for example, you were trying to sell in the US, your currency is something else. In the US, they are not necessarily very aware of different currency conversions, and they may not have a clue what they're actually going to be paying for something, and in which case they're going to abandon the checkout. Now this is not so much the case the other way around. So if you are in the US yourself and you want to sell in other countries, the price is in dollars, then people tend to be a little more aware of what a dollar means. At the same time, it would still lose you sales. So there is a solution to this, and this is not a perfect solution, but it can certainly help. There's an app called Best Currency Converter. Now these apps will be on the download resource document that goes with these lectures, and it will be attached to the last lecture in this section. So I'll put everything on the one download. So Best Currency Converter has two versions, the free version and the paid version, and the paid version is $10 a month. Now with the free version, that allows you to set, I think it's 5 different currencies. Let's just check here. Yeah, up to 5 currencies, and allows you to design it as well to suit your store. But the free version is really lacking in what we really need it for. And this is the only app that I'm going to say to you, if you want to sell in a different country, you should probably invest in this app at $10 a month. But it does have a 30-day trial, 30-day free trial, so you don't pay anything for the first 30 days. Now what the paid version allows you to do, first of all, it auto-detects the currency of the country that your website visitor is in. So the visitor doesn't have to select a currency, it's auto-detected. But also, and this is very important, on the cart, so when the customer adds something to cart, there's a message on the cart to let them know in advance that the checkout currency will be in a different currency. So let's just have a look at the demo. There's a demo here. Now this is just a demo store, so it hasn't been set up to be very aesthetically pleasing or anything like that, but we can see how it works. So as you can see, this has auto-detected that I am in the Eurozone and my country is Euro, so the prices are automatically showing as Euro. If I click on one, I'm going to add this to cart, so add to cart. And right here, what we can see is the message. All orders are processed in USD. While the content of your cart is currently displayed in Euro, you will check out using USD at the most current exchange rate. I've got 2 in here because I went here earlier. So just remove one. The customer cannot miss this message. It's impossible. Now when the customer goes to checkout, which I would actually make this red as well because it doesn't stand out so well. The only thing I don't like about this is this big gap. That's the only thing I don't like. I guess if there was a lot more in the cart, there wouldn't be a gap, but because there's only one item in the cart, there's this big gap. But that's just a small thing, okay? That's me being picky. So if I go to checkout now, The prices are showing in dollars, so no longer is it showing my price in euro, but at the same time, I just read that message, I had that message, so I was expecting it to be in dollars, and I know this is the current exchange rate as per the message on the previous page. Alright, so that's best currency converter, and at this time, this is your best option, your best solution if you want to sell in a different country. So if I, for example, want to sell in the US, I would use this app to show my customers their price in dollars and then give them a message before they actually hit the checkout to let them know price will show in euro at the checkout, but it will be converted at the most current exchange rate. So as I said already, it's not an ideal solution, but it's the best solution that we have. And I would certainly be happy to work with this app and use this solution. So to install an app, if you're logged into your Shopify dashboard, all you need to do is click on Get, and it's going to automatically install that app on your Shopify store. Now the next one, this is a good one, is consistent cart, abandoned cart, etc. What this does is, like, let's imagine that you go to an online store, you add something to your cart, but then something happens, you get distracted, you're not sure, whatever. Anyway, you just leave the website. Now when you go back, that cart could be empty, so you start all over again, that's often the case, or maybe you'll see that those items are still in your cart. Now that's what consistent cart does. If a user goes away from your site, comes back again, even if it's a week later, doesn't matter when, those original items are still in the cart, and this is proven to increase conversions. So this is completely free, so use it. Just click on Get to install it. Alright, now since we do have a few apps to cover here, I've split this up into different lectures, so I'll see you in a minute. Now then, if you're planning to dropship from AliExpress, you're going to love this app. Oberlo is built specifically for dropshippers who are dropshipping from AliExpress. It allows you to import products to your store, and it allows you to filter on AliExpress to choose the type of products you want. So remember what we spoke about earlier. If you are going to use AliExpress for dropshipping, don't just bulk import anything and everything into your store. Still select based on what you are going to be selling to your target audience, or what your target audience likes. And once they're imported, you can then edit the titles and descriptions, which we're going to be doing. We're doing all this in the next section of this course. Now, when a customer places an order on your website, you still need to manually then go to AliExpress and order that product. Okay, so it's not like full automation or anything, because that would be impossible, because you've got a payment to make. You have a payment to make to the dropshipper. But it does automate a lot of the process. So if you are going to be dropshipping from AliExpress, you definitely want to install this particular app, and you will only need the free version until you get to the stage where you're doing pretty well, and then you can upgrade to the paid version. Now here's the thing, folks. Once you start to make money on your store, you should be reinvesting into building that store further, making that store better, adding more to that store, and getting more customers and getting more sales. So you really should be doing that anyway. So that's Oberlo, and I think there'll be a few of you watching this that are going to really like this app. Now the next one is the Quick Announcement Bar by Hexon. This is a really good little app, and you only need the free version. Now basically what it does is it pops up a bar on your site with various different announcements. So you can announce anything at all, a sale or a discount, anything at all, any kind of news or announcement that you want to make. So it pops up at the top of your site, something like this. Here's a screenshot. Yeah, so some examples of what it looks like, and it actually pops up right at the top of your site, and it does catch the eye. I've used this on 2 of my stores in the past, but you can also get another version of this called the free shipping bar, which is it looks the same, but it actually lets customers know how much more they need to order in order to be eligible for free shipping. So for example, let's say that you wanted to have free shipping over $50 on your store. So if customers place orders to the value over $50, they get free shipping. You can have this bar at the top, which it actually calculates as the customer adds to cart, it calculates how much is left that customer needs to spend before they qualify for free shipping. And it tells them, it pops up a message saying you need to spend X to qualify for free shipping. They add something else to their cart and it changes again, and now you need to spend XX to qualify for free shipping. And as soon as they've qualified for it, they've added enough to their cart, congratulations, you now have free shipping. So that's really good. So that's down here. I think you can just click through to that. Yeah, here it is, free shipping bar. And it works in exactly the same way as the announcement bar, but you wouldn't want to have both because it'd be kind of overkill to have two bars at the top of your website. So decide whether you want the free shipping bar or the announcement bar. Personally, I tend to use the free shipping bar more than anything else. Okay, now I'll see you in the next lecture where we'll look at some more apps. Now folks, having some kind of chat on your website boosts sales. It really boosts sales, there's no doubt about it. And this particular app here is the Facebook chat app, which has proven to be very, very popular. Most people who buy online are on Facebook. So basically, most of your customers will be on Facebook, at least 3/4 of them. So you're going to be able to capture most of your customers like this. Now, what happens is that you get this little box pops up on your website. In fact, let's just go find the demo site here. I know there's one. Here we are, demo store. So it looks like this. So this is their demo store for this app. Now, you do need a Facebook page to use this. We are going to be setting up a Facebook page a bit later on in the course, all right? What happens when I click on chat? The little box opens up, and if I type something in here, I can click send, and it's using Facebook Instant Messenger, so it's connected to Facebook Instant Messenger. Now this is excellent because you've got the familiarity of Facebook. You're bringing the familiarity of Facebook onto your store, onto a chat box. So a lot of people will use this. You don't have to reply instantly either. When you've got a Facebook page and you start to get messages and you start to reply, Facebook calculates how long on average it takes you to reply, and it lets people know that. So typically replies within an hour or 2 hours or whatever. So when we go to look at setting up a Facebook page, then I'm going to recommend to you that you do reply to your messages as soon as possible. Try not to leave them longer than a couple of hours, because when you use this Facebook chat app, well, you can see it here, typically replies instantly. So we know that this is set up as a demo, right? But if this was real, then we would know that this particular store, their Facebook admin or whoever's running their Facebook page or whoever's doing this for them, or if they're doing it themselves, very likely, with a lot of people do everything themselves, which is fine till you get to a certain stage. We know that they are really on the ball with replying to messages. But even if it said typically replies within an hour or 2 hours, that's not going to put people off sending a message, because most people are now connected to Facebook through their mobile device, so through their phone or whatever. So they know they're going to just get the reply anyway when they're on the go. And you can reply, obviously, you get a message through this chat app. You can be on the go as well. You'll just see the message coming through on your phone, as long as you've got the Facebook app on your device. So on your mobile device, which you should have if you're going to be running a store and you want to make as much money as possible. You want it to be as successful as possible. Okay, that's the Facebook chat app. Now, I'll see you in a minute in the next lecture. This app is absolutely incredible. It's called Privy, and it does so much to help increase your sales. Basically, it's pop-ups on your site, so email pop-ups, lead capture pop-ups, and these pop-ups look so great and they look really professional. So you can have different types of pop-ups. One of them you can have is exit intent, which is really effective. So if I was going to close this page and I went up here to hit the back button, or I went up here to hit the X, I would get a pop-up offering me X amount off, a discount, so 20% off, etc., to help to stop me from leaving the page, and that's going to be very effective. You can watch a little video here to see it in action, but there are also some screenshots here that are really quite informative as well. I mean, you can create pop-ups that look like this. I think that looks really, really good, to be honest. And it is very user-friendly. It's a drag and drop. You don't need to know any coding or anything like that. So you can use something like this as well that pops up at the bottom of your website, like an overlay, which is excellent as well, or a bar at the bottom of your website. There are various different things you can do here. Now let's see if there's a demo store. I'm not sure if there is or not. No, I don't see one. But anyway, this is an excellent, excellent plugin. And it's free. You won't need to pay for it until you're making good money. Always free, so you've got unlimited volume. You can use it as much as you like. And if you want to remove their branding, which honestly doesn't really matter, but if you do at some point in the future, you can upgrade to one of the paid plans. Now, one thing you will need to use this is you will need an email autoresponder account. This app, Privy, integrates very easily. It's built to integrate with all the main email autoresponders. So an autoresponder is simply where you collect and store emails and send CAN spam compliant emails to your email list. The best one to use, I would recommend, is MailChimp, because this is going to be free until you have 2,000 subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers on your list. A list of 2,000 is actually pretty good. So when you get to that stage, you're going to be making money, and then you'll be paying $10 a month for MailChimp. But you'll be expecting to pay for tools. When you're making money, you have to reinvest, as I just said. All right, so let's just go quick look. MailChimp.com. One of the most popular, if not the most popular, autoresponder for e-commerce stores. So it's a good idea to do this first, to register for your free MailChimp account, and then you can go back and install Privy by clicking on Get. And the last app that we're going to take a look at for the time being is SweetTooth. And SweetTooth is a loyalty program where your customers can build up points and then redeem those points against future purchases. You will only need the free version, probably only ever need the free version. I installed this one, so let me just go over to my site and I will show you how this works. It's very simple. So under your apps here, you just click on the one that you want to edit. And what we do is down here, we set the settings that we want. So for earning points, now this gives a new customer 30 points. And then I have another rule I created. Every time a customer spends €1, they get 1 reward point. And if I click here on edit, you'll see that I could change this if I wanted to give more reward points. Or I could delete the whole thing if I didn't want to give customers reward points based on what they spend on my store. But that's really the whole point of having this. It encourages customers to spend more. Now, you've seen those loyalty cards that you get and loyalty programs in different stores. So you spend X amount, you get X amount of points. Sometimes they give you a card. With this, customers don't have a card. It's entirely online. And then the next time, once you have enough points, you're able to redeem some cash. So you're going to get some cash off a future purchase. So it's always a good way to get people coming back to your store to buy more, because they're building up their reward points. And if we look at spending points, this is how I have set it. once a customer has accrued 150 reward points, they're going to get a coupon for €5 off. And this is all set up here with this little app. If they have 300 reward points, they can get 10 off. 600 reward points, they can get 25 off. Actually, I might change this because I would like them to get a little more off for 300, because I would like to encourage customers to keep on going before they redeem their reward points. I'm going to go with 12 this time. Save reward. Right, and now we can see that's changed. So the customer gets a €5 off if they have 150 reward points, but if they wait till they've got 300, they're going to get 12 off. If they wait till they've got 600, I'm going to change this as well. I'm going to say they're going to get 30 off. Because in effect, if a customer has 600 reward points, they have spent €600 on my store, less say 30 reward points that they got when they first signed up, but near enough, they spent near enough €600. So there we are. So that is now going to encourage some people anyway to wait until they have 600 reward points before they redeem. So they're going to spend more. Okay, so that's Sweet Tooth. Now download the PDF resource that goes with this lecture, and you're going to get a list of these particular apps. Now before we move on, I just wanted to make another quick lecture about installing apps. I don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed or lost at this stage in the process. So installing apps and setting them up, this is a simple process, and some apps require some setup and some apps don't require any setup at all. But the apps that do require setup, they have very good instructions. So first of all, you're over the App Store. And if you want to install an app, as I mentioned already, you should be logged in already to your Shopify store. If you're not, when you click on Get, you'll be prompted to log in. If you're already logged in, when you click on Get, the next thing that's going to happen is you will get this screen. And this screen is where you give the app permission to access your store. Now, there will be different things that the app needs to be able to do, and the things the app needs to be able to do will be listed down here. Now for this app, and this is the quick announcement bar, it only needs to be able to modify script tags in your store's theme template files. Some apps need to be able to do a lot more than that, and it all be listed here. It really doesn't matter. You can just trust the app that the app is going to do what it says it's going to do. So you go ahead then and you click on Install App. Now, one of the apps that I anticipate some students may be a bit apprehensive about is Privy, because it requires that you connect it up with an autoresponder, and I recommended MailChimp. And it also requires that you set up campaigns so that you can have these pop-ups coming up on your site, these exit pop-ups, these overlays, and you actually collect email addresses. So you're building a list of subscribers, people that are interested in the products on your store. You can then email these people with new releases to your store, special offers, coupons, and all kind of things. So it's an incredibly valuable app. But let me just show you what happens when you install Privy. As soon as you have connected the app to your store, you're going to see this screen. So this is what you will see initially when you connect the app to your store. And I want to just point out here that there is a wizard that guides you through step by step to set Privy up. And also down here, you're going to get a message, and I advise you to click on these links rather than just close the message down. To click the links here, because this is going to give you the step-by-step instructions you need to connect this app, Privy, to MailChimp, if that's the one that you're using, if that's the autoresponder you're using. Also going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to design and create your first pop-up or your banner or bar, whatever it is that you're going to create for your store. You will also get a guide on how to check that your pop-up is working properly and on how to use coupons. Now, when you are paying for an app, so for example, with the Best Currency Converter app, the app we looked at for those of you who would like to sell in another country, so for those of you perhaps who would like to sell in the United States but you live elsewhere, and we looked at the Best Currency Converter as the best solution at this time for your customers being able to see their own currency on your store, that kind of thing. And we also talked about the fact that in order to have this do what we really need it to do, for that purpose, the paid version of this app would be much better. So these guys, when you have the paid version of this app, they will go in and they will put the currency converter in the right place on your website to make sure it's displaying correctly. So you can get that kind of support when you have paid version. Now, even the free versions of the apps do have some support up to a certain point, but obviously when you're getting something for free, you can't really expect to get any kind of in-depth support. But they are usually very, very simple to use. Now, all the apps that we've looked at in this section, these are all apps that are established in Shopify. So these are apps that are working and running smoothly. So we're not looking at any new apps or any apps that are in the testing phase. We're only looking at apps that are established, and we know there are no bugs and glitches in those apps. So you shouldn't have any issues at all with the apps that we've looked at. And always, to access the apps that you have installed on your Shopify store, to edit them or to do anything at all, you click on the name of the app. You don't click on view details. You click on the name of the app, and that's going to open it up in a new page so that you can work with that app. Okay, see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. Now, before I go ahead and show you how to write good titles and product descriptions, I want to show you how to set the shipping and the shipping rates in your Shopify store. Now, here's the thing. You may be shipping from multiple suppliers. You're going to have to use your own common sense here. If you are shipping from multiple dropship suppliers, that means you're going to have to come up with some kind of average rate, some kind of average shipping that you can charge across the board, which is going to work out reasonably okay for you. If you are only shipping from one supplier, it's going to be a lot easier. Now, here's the thing. I do get a lot of questions from students about shipping rates. What should I set as my shipping rate? This is a question that I get quite a lot. Well, the thing is, you have to decide what you're going to charge for shipping. And there's a couple of ways to go about this. You obviously need to know what your total cost is going to be from the supplier. So what does the supplier actually charge you for shipping that order to the customer? So what do they charge you in total for the fulfillment of it, the dropship part of it? Sometimes that's free and sometimes they charge a small amount. And for the shipping, what is their shipping rates? So you need to know the total cost you're going to pay the supplier before you decide to set the price for your product in your store, and then set the shipping as well, so that overall you're making a profit. So there's no answer to that. I cannot say to you, this is what you put for your shipping rate, because it's going to be different for different stores, different types of products, the suppliers you're using, what kind of profit you want to get, and that kind of thing. So it's something that you need to work out for yourself. So you can set your shipping zones, and then you can set shipping either by price of the order or by weight. Now, I've added 2 shipping zones here. I've added domestic shipping zone, which is shipping within Ireland, and I have added the rest of the world. So I've added 2 shipping rates for Ireland, standard delivery for orders up to $29.99, and I've set that at $2.95, and then delivery for €30 and up, so orders of €30 and up, set them at free. Now the rest of the world I have set here as a standard rate of €20. And the reason I would do that is because if I only wanted to sell within Ireland, I didn't really want orders from other countries. I'd set the shipping rate extortionately high so that if I do get visitors from other countries coming here and going to add products to cart, and when they get to checkout and they see the extortionately high shipping, they're not going to check out. It has happened to me on occasion because we can't block people from coming to our website. That's impossible. And we can't block people from adding products to the cart. We can just dissuade them from placing the order in the first place. But let's say I did want to ship all over the world. In that case, I would not have this here. Now, let's just go ahead and let's just see how it works to add a shipping zone. So I'm going to click on Add Shipping Zone. And I'm going to say United Kingdom. In fact, I'm just going to say Europe. No, actually, I'm going to say United States. This is just the zone name for my reference, so customers don't see this. And I'm going to add the country. I'm going to add just United States. Now there's a choice. You can do price-based rates or weight-based rates. I tend to find price-based rates are easier, especially when you're drop shipping. So I'm going to add a rate here, and I'm going to call this, I'm going to call it standard shipping, standard. And order range from 0, and I'm going to say 100 euro. No, 99.99. This is the best way to do it. And I don't want to offer free shipping. If I did, I'd tick this box. I want to set it at $6.95. Done. Now I want to add another price-based rate for the United States. And this time, this is free shipping. And it's from 100 and to no limit, no maximum. And this is the free shipping. Done. So now what I have is I have the standard shipping rate for the United States. So if anyone orders from my store from the US, this is what they pay. If they place an order up to $99.99, they pay $6.95. If they place an order of 100 or over, €100 or over, they don't pay anything. It's free shipping. And this will show at the checkout when they get to the checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save there. And now if I just go back to shipping again, and now I can see that I have a new shipping rule here for orders from the United States. I still have my original shipping zone, domestic, and I still have the rest of the world unchanged. If you ever want to delete a shipping zone, that's quite easy. You just click on it, and then we just hit delete zone down here. So you can add and delete zones as much as you like. And once you've added these zones, then shipping cost is automatically calculated at the checkout as per what you set up here. So if a visitor comes to my store from Ireland, they place an order, it's automatically detected they are from Ireland, and the shipping rates will be calculated accordingly to what I've put in here. Okay, so that's shipping rates. And to begin with, if you're just not sure at all what to set for your shipping rates when you're just starting out, I recommend you just set up some very standard shipping rates. Well, you'll know the country that you plan to sell in, so you could set up a very general shipping rate for that country and then something for the rest of the world. If you don't want to ship to the rest of the world, perhaps your supplier only ships to the country that you want to sell in, perhaps only ships to US, perhaps only ships within Australia. In that case, you can set a really, really high shipping rate, extortionately high shipping rate for the rest of the world. You could even set it something ridiculous like $100 or something like that to make sure you don't get any orders. And if you get the odd one coming through, you can hit refund. and you can process refunds from right here within Shopify. No problem at all, just a click of a button. You do that under orders. I can't show you here because there are no orders on this store, but if there were, I could just go ahead and click a refund on an order if it hadn't been fulfilled at that point. All right, folks, so that's shipping rates. If you have any confusion at all over this, please do ask in the Q&A. Hi everyone, we are going to look at writing titles and descriptions for the products on our store. And the reason that this is an important part of the process is because, well, there's two reasons actually. The first is for search engine purposes, search engine optimization, to help people find your store and your product pages in the search engines, so in Google when they're searching for a particular product. And also it's for the user experiences to help sell your products when visitors come to your website. So these are the dummy products I added earlier. Let me go ahead and click on this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give it a proper title and a description. So instead of just saying 65 centimeter height large plush elephant, I'm going to add some sales copy to the headline. So this is the new title, Large Huggy Soft Plush Baby Elephant. Now huggy is not even a word, but it doesn't matter because basically I'm painting a picture of what it would feel like to have this toy, to have this cuddly elephant. I also want to use the words elephant, I want to use the words plush, probably large because this is large in the title for search engine purposes as well. And also to tell the user exactly what this is. But we're doing more than just telling the user what it is. If we were just telling the user what it was, we'd just say large plush baby elephant. But instead of that, I've added these words here, huggy soft, to paint a picture of how this elephant actually feels. Now in the description, there isn't a whole lot I can say about this. Some products, there's a lot you can say about them. There's not a whole lot I can say about this. But I'm going to still write something in here. All right, so I've put some features about the toy. So the height, I've put the color and the material. Now this here is just a little bit of a blurb, a bit more sales copy. Wrinkly skin, baby soft, plush, realistic elephant. Now, if this was something that had certain specifications, then you would put a lot more in here. So it kind of depends on the product, but you need to try and put all the relevant information. So all the information that the potential customer would want to know, you should make sure that's in the description, as well as having maybe a short sentence or even two sentences at the top of the description, like up here. There's basically your sales copy, along with your title, which is also your sales copy. Now titles, they don't have to be long. You don't really want a great big long title either. So sales copy doesn't have to be long. If you think you are going to struggle with titles and descriptions, I highly recommend you get Cashvertising from Kindle. You can get it as an ebook, so it's just a few dollars. Now going down to the images, I only uploaded one image here for this dummy product. Ideally we'd want more than one, but just one is okay if it's a good one. So this is a good image. It's a nice clear image and it really shows the toy well. So it's okay just to have one image if it's a good image. And again, it depends on the product. If you have a product that needs to be shown from different angles and different sides, then you need to have images to show that as well. What we also should do here for search engine purposes, click on the Alt, ALT, and then add some image alt text. This is just a very brief description of what this is. This is nothing to do with sales copy, just a very brief description of what it is. Baby plush elephant. So that'll do for that. Now you set your price, so whatever price you've decided. Inventory, if you're drop shipping, is not relevant because you're not tracking inventory. If you weren't drop shipping, you would enter here the number of units you had in stock. And then what happens is Shopify automatically tracks that. So when you sell one, it goes down to 2. And you always know then what your stock levels are. But when you're drop shipping, you don't. Now shipping, this product requires shipping. You only enter weight here if you are using weight calculated rate. So in the shipping settings that we set up in the last lecture, if you decided to do it by weight, you need to enter the weight of the actual product here. But if you're doing it price based, like you watched me doing in the last lecture, you don't need to enter anything here under weight. A fulfillment service, you just leave that as manual. And right here we have the search engine description. This is exactly what shows up in the search engine. So we've got the large, huggy, soft, plush baby elephant. That's the title that I wrote. And here is the description. See down here? Oh, I should change that to 65. It's 65 and not 60. 65 centimeters. There we are. Wrinkly skin, baby soft, plush, realistic elephant. Height 65 centimeters, color grey, material, plush cotton. So there we are done with that. And this is what you must do for every product that's added to your store. So even if you're using a plugin, so an app, to import products from either AliExpress, if you're going to use AliExpress, or any other supplier, because some suppliers do have a way for you to import products to your Shopify store, you still need to do this. You still need to go through each product individually and do this. You will get fast at this. But this is one of the reasons why you don't want to have thousands of products. You don't want to just import thousands of products to your store. There are plenty stores out there and plenty Shopify stores that only have 30, 40, 50 products, and they're doing very well. But they've got those 30, 40, 50 products highly optimized. So they've got good titles, they've got good descriptions, they've got good images. And this is more important than having hundreds of products that have not been optimized at all, have really awful titles that are not at all user-friendly and not friendly for when someone comes to your website and is looking at your products. They are often written for you, the retailer, when you're buying products wholesale or from AliExpress. They're not really necessarily written for the end user, the consumer. So you need to bear that in mind. Now, this is not the most exciting part of running an online store, but it's a necessary part of the process. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Hi everybody, I'm going to explain to you why you should have all of your products showing a discount. It's a psychological thing, and it's been proven that you will have higher conversions when shoppers believe that they are getting a bargain. So here is the listing that we just set up. We just did the title and description for. And when we set the price, there's also a box that says compare at price. Now this is the price that we're selling at here, the price that we know that we're going to make a profit at. So we then put a higher price in the compare at price. This is just normal marketing. This is not tricking anybody. This is marketing. Every retail outfit does this, on and offline. So this is just normal marketing practice. So I've put something in here, $45.99. I'm going to go ahead and click save. Now let's view this. And now we're seeing the $45.99 crossed out, and we get the price here of $39.99. And on the home page, you can see it here, $45.99 crossed out, $39.99. Now see this sales sticker, you don't want that on there because you're going to do this for all of your products. You're going to set a compare at price for all of your products. You don't want the sales sticker on everything. It doesn't look right. Now to get rid of the sales sticker, you do that in your theme. Now your theme may not even have options for sales stickers, but if it does, you can switch them off in your theme customization settings. So right here, I can untick the box for sales sticker. I don't know where this will be in your theme settings. It depends on the theme you are using. And again, you may not even have sales stickers anyway, so there may be nothing to switch off. So if I refresh the page here, and the sales sticker has gone. So that's what you want. You want for every product on your store, you want to set a compare at price. Possibly the only time you might not do this is if you were selling something like very high-end watches or jewellery. Something that appeals to only people with a lot of money to spend. Those people are actually put off. They will be put off by the fact that they might be getting a bargain because they don't want bargains. They live in a completely different culture where they actually want to pay top dollar for something because that basically it's like a status thing for them. So that would be the only exception. Other than that, you always want to use the compare at prices so that everything on your store is actually perceived to be discounted.